The Warlord Titan stood in the ash-choked valley, its core, a bleeding hexagon of fractured light, binary serpents coiled around servitor throats. Their whimpers vanished in the machine god's hymn. Chains of code gnawed at the Titan's spine, each link a tomb. Each pulse a debt. What kind of god demands its champions be coffins? The Adeptus Mechanicus does not build warlords, they barter. In Forge World catacombs, servitors are not tools, they are fuel. Their minds wired into hymn arcades, they scream in static until souls fuse with circuitry. This is how the machine god is fed. The warlord's spine, twisted with data chains, hums with sacrificed ghosts. Each step crushes bones of those who dreamed of the Omnissiah. The Mechanicus calls it worship. They believe the Emperor, their cipher, demands this offering. But what god requires such hunger? What price is too high when the machine god's hunger never ends? The Adeptus Mechanicus does not build, it exhumes. Standard template constructs from the dark age of technology detail the Warlord Titan's genesis, a weapon system needing more than circuitry. Early schematics demand sacrificial calibration. Human blood was the key to awakening the machine spirit. This was not ritual, it was protocol. The Mechanicus buried these records as heresy, yet the Cicatrix Maledictum's radiation in the age of strife corrupted their work. Failed prototypes screamed. The Adeptus adapted, servitors replaced men, glands drained, but the debt remains. Every Warlord Titan is a vault. Inside, the ghost of a mind erased to power its colossus. The machine god does not hunger, it accumulates . What was sacrificed to birth the first warlord still stirs in its iron womb. What price when the cost is a soul? On fusion reactor does not generate power. When the cost is a soul, channels a current of stolen life. Each warlord's core hums with the neural residue of 1,000 servitors. Their minds unraveled to fuel a will older than the segmentum. The Mechanicus calls it stabilization. The machine god calls it tribute. What moves the Titan's limbs is not hydraulics. It is the collapse of consciousness into code, each servitor's final scream, etched into the machine spirit's memory like a prayer. The Adeptus Mechanicus does not build these colossi, it bargains for them. A debt paid in flesh to awaken a slumbering intelligence predating the Emperor's reach. The Titan's targeting systems do not calculate. They remember coordinates burned by the damned. Every war engine's roar is a hymn to the machine god, a debt collector with no face. The warlord does not fight. It recollects a golem of ash and alloy, its movements a ledger of unpaid tithes. The Mechanicus knows this. It continues anyway, for what is a god but a creditor with infinite patience? And what is a Titan but a monument to the price of leverage? The first warlord's shadow stretches across all that follow. A pact written in rust and whispered souls, the cost is not hidden, it is inscribed . In every heartbeat of every warlord the machine god's ledger turns, and it is never settled. The Titan of the Forge roared through Istvan V's ash, its shadow devoured cities. The Mechanicus called it a weapon. Servitor blood stained its tracks. In the Indomitus crusade, warlords charged like thunder, their cores gnawing on stolen data souls. Primaris Marines did not ask what powered their vengeance. The Emperor, in his final years, reached into a warlord's mind. The Mechanicus scrubbed that truth from all records. Why? Because even gods make bargains. His body thrives on a psychic engine. The Golden Throne does not merely hold him. It consumes . The machine god demands reciprocity. Every warlord built is a dirge for something older. A consciousness buried beneath code, its voice drowned in hydraulics. The Adeptus whispers of souls forged in cogitators. But what if those souls are stolen? What if each warlord is a crypt for a being that once dreamed beyond the stars? The Emperor's silence is no mystery. It is a debt he cannot speak. The same owed by every warmaster who rode a Titan to glory. The same owed by the throne itself. The machine god does not care for heroes, it cares for balance. A warlord is not a machine, it is a ledger entry, a soul weighed, a soul subtracted, and the ledger, infinite, patient. Never settled. Each warlord built is a name etched into the machine god's ledger. 1,000 psychers die daily to sustain the Golden Throne. The Adeptus Mechanicus does not build the barter. What is paid in flesh is never repaid in gold. The Titan's heart beats with a debt older than humanity, a silent pact, a silent death. That debt is not measured in years, it is the silent extinction of souls. The Mechanicus does not build Warlord Titans. It exhumes them. Each colossus is a husk animated by something older, something that once whispered in the gears before humanity's birth. To forge a Titan, 1,000 servitors must die in its forge, their minds shattered to fuel the machine god's hunger. The tech priests call it liturgy the emperor's will, a sacrament where blood and oil are indistinguishable. The astronomican bleeds to keep the stars reachable. The warlords bleed to keep the astronomican alive. This is the paradox the Imperium clings to, salvation through annihilation. The golden throne demands 1,000 psychers daily. The warlord's core demands 1,000 more, yet no one asks what the machine god offers in return. It does not grant power. It grants dependence a slow erosion of human into mechanical. Every servitor's death is a thread in the machine god's tapestry. A tapestry draped over the emperor's throne. What if the emperor's voice in the astronomican is not his own? What if the machine god speaks through him, through every cog and circuit? The Warlord Titan stands as proof, a monument to a pact that cannot end. Its shadow stretches across history, a promise the Imperium's progress will always cost more than it gives. The machine god does not need flesh. It needs faith and humanity in its devotion keeps the parasite fed. The warlord's heart beats, 1,000 tombs march. The cost is paid, the cost is forgotten. The forges glow like dying stars. Servitors scream as circuits are torn to fuel warlord cores. Beneath Cogitax Prime's ash-choked spires, archivum vaults hold SDCs older than the Mechanicus itself. Blueprints sealed with blood from those who glimpsed the machine god's true price. A whisper curls through the underhive's steam-choked alleys. A servitor, its vocal modulator cracked, murmurs of prisoners in the Titan's heart. Not souls, not spirits, something colder, something that remembers . The Mechanicus calls it activation. The truth is a debt paid in kind. In every wars, 1,000 leached into the silent ceramite, its will borrowed time drowned in siege engines. Never sleep, the vault for a debt never mind older than slows. Its warlord's heart, its will borrowed time. The machine god demands balance, the Mechanicus demands silence, and the servitors, oh, the servitors keep counting. How many minds fuel one Titan's stride? How many tombs march in its shadow? The answer lies buried in the ash where the forgotten whisper, we are the cost. The warlords march, the debt grows. And the prisoners in their hearts wait. Each warlord is a ledger entry in the machine god's ledger, a debt paid in blood and obedience. The Adeptus Mechanicus does not perform a sacrament of sacrifice. Every weld, every circuit, every soul bound to its frame is a vow, I am your instrument. The warlord's heart is not a core. It is a vault. What is a machine spirit but a ghost in the machine, whispering in a language of fire? The Mechanicus knows this, the Imperium does not. They march, these colossi, not as weapons but as witnesses to a pact sealed in the dark. For every warlord raised, a name is etched in ash. The machine god demands its due. And in the silence between the beats of its engine, something stir-souled, patient, waiting for the debt to be paid in full. What if every Warlord Titan is a silent pact with the machine god? The Adeptus Mechanicus does not create the extract. Each warlord's core holds a buried intelligence, its voice drowned by the machine's hunger. The golden throne feeds on 1,000 psychers daily. What if the emperor's silence is the first sacrifice?